Welcome to the Fairway Forecaster. This video we're going to look at the RBC Heritage Golf Tournament that's going to take place down in the low country of Harbour Town, South Carolina. One of my favorite tournaments, actually, that's on the PGA calendar. I love it. I love the course. I think it's so unique. I kind of get tired of all the grip it and rip it, bombing it as far as you can. This one requires you to be strategic, hit them fairways, and the guys that might not hit it as far have a chance in this one. I'm always, even when I play golf personally or when I watch golf, I'm a big fan of those iron shots, those approach shots, and driving accuracy, and that's what you got to have to win this tournament. Now, before I get to this tournament, let's do a little Masters recap. No surprises, I guess, right? Scotty Scheffler took care of business. He was the favorite, and he won and basically cruised home on that back nine. So, got to hand it to Scotty. He's on top of the golf world right now. I had Rory McIlroy. I was very disappointed in Rory. I thought for sure he'd do better than that. And then I guess the Masters pressure is getting to him. I don't know. I was surprised about Colin Morikawa, though. I had him the week before, and he let me down. I thought he had a really good chance to win it. But he faltered there about halfway through the final round on Sunday. But Scotty Scheffler, well-deserved. Much respect for Scotty Scheffler. And he's supposedly playing here at Harbour Town, but I can't see that. His wife's getting ready to have a baby. Surely he's going to withdraw. If he stays in it, he's got a chance, that's for sure. But I think there's, just like with John Rahm last year, there's probably always, I mean, they're human. They're elite humans, elite athletes, but that whole Master, if you win the Masters, that's hard to come back, I would think, the very next week and play effectively. But I ain't going to put anything past Scotty Scheffler. All right, so I had Rory McIlroy and Joaquin Niemann, both of them disappointed big time. But that's how it goes with golf. When you bet on golf, you're swinging for the fences most part. It made sense with Scotty Scheffler in hindsight, but you don't have to be right that many times. You get too many golf tournaments right to turn a profit. And that's what we're going to go for this week. All right, so who am I going to go for this week in the RBC Heritage? This is, again, I love this course at Harbour Town. It's a short course, only 7,100 yards, par 71. Love those narrow fairways. I love that Spanish moss hanging down off these trees. And they got very small greens, so you got to make sure you hit those greens. You got to be on point. You got to be hitting it straight, which I love. Those small greens is just, you're going to be penalized if you miss these fairways. Whereas a lot of courses on tour, you can just bomb it and get away with a lot. But you got water, you got all kinds of wooded areas. I love it. So definitely driving accuracy, you got to have be ranked pretty high, in my opinion. Shots gained on approach. The short game around the greens, that is very, very important. So I think if you pick a golfer that can hit those greens, hit those fairways, don't get in trouble too much, I think you're gonna have at least a fighting chance. Now this course is sort of like it's designed by Pete Dye. You'll see this course comparable to like TPC Sawgrass, another Pete Dye course, a design course. So those tight fairways again, and you see a lot of similarities. So who am I going to go with in this week's RBC Heritage at Harbour Town? Patrick Cantlay. This is purely on what's called a horse for course angle. You might have heard of that, but this guy loves this place. He's always finishing in the top 5, top 3 even, I think, many times here. So he might not been having a successful year, quote unquote successful, as like in the last year or so, but definitely I think he brings it every time that he tees it up here at Harbour Town. So I like his game. It's a good fit. Horse for course, definitely Patrick Cantlay. The other one I'm going to go with, and also I'm going to play Patrick Cantlay in the top 10. So I got him winning outright and going to have him in the top 10. Siwoo Kim. My goodness, Siwoo Kim's game fits Harbour Town well, I believe, because he is really good in driving accuracy. Definitely from tee to green, he is one of the upper echelon, and he loves courses like this. This kind of course suits his eye well, and he plays well at these types of courses. So Patrick Cantlay, Siwoo Kim are my two main golfers that I'm going to bet on. Siwoo Kim, outright bet. Patrick Cantlay, outright bet, and a top 10. If we check Vegas Insider, we look at the odds. Patrick Cantlay, the best we got going on right now is with BetMGM, Bet River, plus 1,600. Siwoo Kim, 3,500. I love that at FanDuel and DraftKings. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. Think it's worth the risk. Of course, your obvious choices are Scotty Scheffler. A lot of people liking Xander Schauffele's that have been very, very consistent this year. I don't know. I'm starting to. I don't know if that was just too much pressure on Rory last week at the Masters, but maybe he can bounce back. But I think he might have a little Masters hangover as well. Ludwig Oberg, I think I was pronouncing that Aberg all last week, but Oberg, I think is how you pronounce that. I mean, he's up there in the number 4 betting choice. And then there's my Patrick Cantlay, and let's see what I'm interested to see if Colin Morikawa can follow that performance that he did in the Masters. If he could be consistent, or will he revert back to like he's been most of the year? But man, if this guy gets these irons, his approach shots like we're used to seeing him, because nobody, well, I guess Scotty Scheffler now, but I mean, Colin is that's why he's one of my favorite PGA players. Those iron shots are just amazing. Nobody are used to, but this year he's kind of struggled a bit, but we saw a glimpse of the old Colin last week at the Masters, so can he follow that up? Fleetwood, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. He had a nice showing at the Masters, so I don't want to go through the whole list. But who I'm betting, Patrick Cantlay and Siwoo Kim. Patrick Cantlay, both outright winner and top 10. Siwoo Kim, outright winner. Who do you like in this week's RBC Heritage at Harbour Town? Leave a comment in the comment section below, and all the best to you.